was loafing in a siding.
Sometimes, he thought, it's really tiring to be such a large and splendid and smexy engine. One does have to keep up appearances, so...
Toot, 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 toot. Hello, fuckface, called Bowler.
What chic, spluttered old Stuck-Up. That Bowler is too big for his wheels. Fancy speaking to me like that. Me, who has never had an accident.
You mean crashing through a shed wall doesn't qualify as an accident these days? Smirked Diesel, sidling alongside.
Shut your exhaust, snapped the blue Diesel. That was merely high spirits. Might happen to any engine. But sucking rubbish into your air intake like Bowler did, well, I ask you, is it right? Is it decent? Hey, get back here. I was actually asking you.
Then it was Bowler's turn to take the express. Old Stuck-Up watched him slowly getting ready, much to the passenger's chagrin.
Be careful, Bowler, he called. You're not on Sodor anymore. Mind you watch what you suck up today.
Bowler went off in a huff, while old Stuck-Up yawned and went to sleep. But not for long. Wake up, you, ordered his driver. The sewage train's ready, and we're to pull it. Old Stuck-Up's eyes flew open.
Is it coaches or trucks? Asked the Diesel weakly.
Trucks, of course, you idiot, replied the driver.
Trucks?
Spluttered old Stuck-Up.
I'm a passenger, Diesel. Why do I have to pull garbage?
Because you're the only one sitting on his buffers doing bugger all right now, retorted his driver. Now come on.
No.
The big engine kept on making his motor stall, so Diesel had to push him all the way to the industrial district.
I won't go,
grumbled old Stuck-Up. Don't be a twat, grunted Diesel. At last, old Stuck-Up was at the sewage plant. The movement had shaken his motor. It was now humming nicely and making noxious fumes. As Diesel scurried away, the big engine looked around. The whole yard was filled with thick gases and foul odors. The worst of all came from behind him, where the sewage train was sitting. Old Stuck-Up was cross and sick and didn't care what he did. He waited until his driver switched him on again.
I'll show them, he hissed.
He jerked forward to try and break something, but instead knocked his driver right out of the cab and kept on going. Old Stuck-Up couldn't stop himself. He crossed over several tracks, crashed through a siding, and slithered face first into a river of raw sewage.
Oh, shit!
He hissed. He tried to call,
Get me out! Get me out!
But he kept swallowing mouthfuls of industrial waste as he did so. Not a hope, said his driver. You're stuck, you sodding grey idiot. Don't you understand that? He barged into the nearest signal box. The signalman was too engaged in his copy of The Sun to notice, and telephoned the thin git.
What's that you say? Old Stuck-Up didn't want to take the sewage train and ran into a stream of shit? Well, that's a new one. What's that you say? The sewage is waiting? Just stick it on Bowler's train when he comes by. I'm sure the passengers won't mind. And old Stuck-Up? Oh, leave him where he is. We haven't time to bother with him now.
And he returned to his important paperwork.
Ah, my dear Jordan, we meet again.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the river, some little chaps were chattering.
Watcha, don't he look stupid? It won't be getting him out, eh?
They began to rap.
Shitty old Stuck-Up fell in the shit, fell in the shit, fell in the shit. Yo, shitty old Stuck-Up fell in the shit, all in a Monday morning, innit?
Old Stuck-Up lay in the river all day. His vents and intake were filled to the brim with raw, stinking, liquidated rubbish.
Oh, dear, he thought. I shall never get out. More importantly, I shall never get rid of this stench. Ugh.
But that evening, workmen lifted old Stuck-Up and made a road of rotting sleepers under his wheels to keep them from the sewage. But they broke and he fell in again. Instead, cheap ropes were fastened to his back, and Spamcan and Bowler, pulling half-heartedly until they were promised extra oil rations, managed to bring him to safety. Late that night, old Stuck-Up crawled home again, a sadder, wiser, and smellier engine.